Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking today's Reddit Rose report. As noted before, I mentioned something about Tessa Blanchard, daughter of wrestling legend Tully Blanchard, and an indie women's wrestler, Chastity Taylor, worked as Rosebuds when WWE was in North Carolina earlier this month. And they also worked an in-ring tryout in front of WWE agents at SmackDown taping in Greensboro, and word is that the officials were very impressed. Next Tuesday's WWE Countdown, if you watch that on the network, is going to have the greatest factions on it. And it's the same day that the new Greatest Factions, Wrestling Factions DVD comes out on Blu-ray and DVD. Odd coincidence, isn't it? Upcoming WWE live events include, this kind of tells you the future of angles that's going to be going on. This is maybe like next month or so. It's going to be The Miz taking on Sheamus for the U.S. title. Big E taking on Bad News Barrett for the IC title. Rowan and Harper taking on Usos for the tag team titles, which nothing's changed there in the last year, I think. The Shield taking on the Wyatts in a six-man match, and John Cena taking on Bray Wyatt. So I don't see too much, same old, looks like. Now, the other, I think about a week ago, I mentioned that Scott Hall was scheduled and been paid in advance to show up at a wrestling organization. I think he was going to do photo ops and, sign autographs and things. And he just said he couldn't make it, didn't feel good. But everything in regards to Scott Hall's condition is pure speculation now, but he was reportedly asked months ago about rumors that he'd been drinking, and his answer was that he hadn't had a drink all day. That day. Jake Roberts reportedly mentioned that he was very concerned about Hall on Roddy Piper's podcast, which I didn't hear. Must have been maybe slurring some. Don't know. Noted before that there was talk, believe it or not, Daniel Bryan should tone down his in-ring style since he had a recent neck surgery. And it could be the first of many long-term problems. One of the moves recommended for him was to stop the diving headbutt from the rope. Regarding the headbutt, Chris Benoit, who had more serious neck surgery, was advised to give up the move, but he continued to perform it and said that when he could no longer do it, that's when he would probably retire. And WWE Hall of Famer Harley Race used a similar version of the move regularly, but recommended that people not do it because of the unnatural way of landing on your neck is brutal. We got the dog barking at somebody. At least he's awake, huh? And also, AMC has picked up a reality TV show based on Billy Corgan's Resistance Pro Wrestling group from Chicago. It should be good shows. There will be 8 one-hour episodes so far. Let's see if it's picked up or not after that. Anyway, the show's going to be more about Corgan, who is serving as one of the executive producers, and following him around as he comes up with ideas for the promotion. No official start dates on it yet, but or the title. And apparently WWE is refusing to allow Adam Goldberg to use the classic footage on his recent show of the Goldbergs that was dedicated to the Warrior and featured some of the pro wrestling themes on it. The Warrior family, they were reportedly big fans of the show, and his wife and daughter were touched by the tribute, and the Warrior's daughters were invited to come to the set of the Goldberg for the episode. For an episode next season. And a new line of WWE July 12th Madison Square Garden live events has Daniel Bryan defending the World Heavyweight title against, in a street fight, Triple H. The previous lineup had both Bryan and Triple H removed from the event, but now they're back. What does that tell you? Looking ahead kind of tells you how things are going to be going. Also on the show, by the way, is John Cena taking on Bray Wyatt. Hope they like each other. And Randy Orton taking on Sheamus for the U.S. title, plus appearance by Mark Henry, Fandango, Dolph Ziggler, Uzo, Ryback, Big E, Morella. All right. WWE dropped another 0.73% today, closing at $10.85 a share. Today's high was It went up to $11.15, and the low was $10.61, which not too much variation, but not good. This was, by the way, yesterday. All right, there's an offer on the table from WWE. Ric Flair reportedly wants to manage Dolph Ziggler. But it's clear WWE hasn't been pushing Ziggler for more than a year now. And also discussing having Flair manage maybe the Shield to continue the angle from Raw a few weeks back. But Evolution's future is kind of up in the air right now. So don't know how that angle is going to work without Evolution there. Get upset at Flair. With the most recent deal that Flair had signed with WWE, they will still have to approve all of his appearances. The problem could be brewing that there are reportedly negotiations which could easily fall through for an overseas wrestling tour that would see Flair actually wrestling in the ring. Must be offered him some awful big money there. WWE Studios and Lionsgate have signed a new deal to work on 6 more movies together. The first of 6 movies are going to be featuring Big Show, and is an action film called Vendetta. And it tells a story about a detective who commits a crime to get sent to prison so he can get revenge on a man serving a life sentence for killing his wife. Film begins this summer shooting, and going to be directed by the Soka sisters. I don't know them. Who directed See No Evil 2 with Kane. Anyway, it's supposed to come out in the fall. Oh, See No Evil 2, I think, comes out in the fall. All right. Happy birthday to former World Heavyweight Champion Daniel Bryan. It says on here, former. 33 years old. Current WWE star Bray Wyatt, 27, former WWF and WCW wrestler Scott Putski, 48 years old, Tough Enough 4 finalist Daniel Rodemir, 36, former TNA wrestler A1, 37, former TNA knockout Tracy Brooks, 39, and Mexican star Halloween, known for his WCW run as Cyclops, 43. Also, this would have been the birthday of former NWA Tag Team star Don Curtis, 87 years old, and 2-time WCW Lightweight Champion Brian Pillman would have been 52 years old. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.